The world as we know it is very beautifully designed. It has such great diversity and it has such great and different attributes, and a lot of it is in contradiction with each other. And that contradiction poses a great challenge to us. And we think of these contradictions as challenges or obstacles or problems. And these obstacles we feel are unnecessary. We feel are what makes us struggle, strive, and we feel that takes us away from our joy. And that struggle is something that we don't like, because we think happiness is in a state where you are comfortable, you don't have to do anything, and you are at ease, and that is what we call as happiness. So any imperfection, any challenge, any obstacle that comes to us, we are not excited or happy about it, because we see that we have to do something about it. We have to strive to overcome it. And anything that requires an extra effort than what we are already putting, we feel that it is not welcome. We feel that it is a burden. We feel that it takes us away from that center, from that balance, which we call as happiness. And instead of working and accepting that how actually these problems and these challenges are nothing but a way of the consciousness to make us grow and evolve, we look for quick solutions. We pray. The whole concept of Ganesha as the remover of obstacles, as a remover of problems, was because man's need to get out of problems and looking for an external help, a help which is outside of us. So Ganesha therefore embodies this whole idea of the one who makes beginnings happen, who's the remover of sorrow, who's the remover of obstacles, who's the one that grants us our wishes. What are these wishes? These wishes are these challenges that we are facing, and we are always desiring something. Not knowing and understanding the principle of Ganesha, not knowing the principle of these obstacles and problems, not knowing that this so-called imperfection in this world is actually an inherent attribute of this world, and that the whole idea of an imperfection or a problem or a challenge is only to make us go towards light. All darkness has given birth only to light. The purpose of existence of darkness is to take us to light. All problems are meant to take us to removing the very source which creates a problem, the very source from which these challenges and obstacles come. And that takes us into higher levels of consciousness. That strife that we do, that effort we make to overcome a resistance, to overcome a challenge, releases in us an energy which is so strong that it has the ability to overcome all sorts of problems and challenges and obstacles designed in the universe, in the consciousness, right? And that expands us, that makes us grow, that gives us, if we are able to concentrate on it, if we are able to focus on it, if we bring our awareness to it, it expands our ability and it expands our awareness and it makes us better versions of ourselves. It's a part of the evolution. It's part of the design element. And this whole idea of obstacles and the remover of obstacles, the idea of a challenge and the idea of Ganesha removing it from us is actually something where we feel that Ganesha is outside of us, that we are helpless and powerless, and there is some power that comes from outside who helps us to overcome it, and therefore restoring us back into joy. But if we understand that the problem and the remover of the problem, the Vigna and the Vigna Vinashara, both are inside of us, and that the Ganesha is installed in our hearts, and that power of Ganesha, the energetic presence of this Ganesha, is always inherently inside each one of us. We have to pray to that aspect of ourselves which has this ability, this power to overcome every challenge. Ganesha symbolizes that. Everything in our culture, everything in our Sanatana Dharma is a representative of something. All our gods and goddesses represents a certain aspect of the same consciousness. Like Shiva, the head of the family, the father, is the destroyer. Destroyer of what? The ignorance. He dissolves ignorance. What is the mother? The mother is the one who takes away all this tamas and sloth from us and kills it. She is the one who's shown in three different aspects. As a Durga, she takes away all our bad habits, bad thoughts, bad ideas, all our repeating patterns. What does she do as Lakshmi? She gives us abundance, because now the bad thoughts are out, our bad habits are out, our bad attitudes are out. And when we have gratitude, then for that, it brings abundance in our life, all that we need, not all that we are greedy for. And when that starts to happen, then Saraswati comes in. Saraswati is the aspect of wisdom, because then you realize you are now ready to receive the higher wisdom. And you realize it's not about money, it's not about my own habits and my ideas and beliefs. When you let go, then she brings the light. These are the three aspects of the Devi. All are creative by its nature. Right? Ganesha is the same aspect as a sun, is the same aspect of that. And he is the wise one. He's the sharp one who has a great intellect. And because he's a smart one, he has a solution for everything. He overcomes every challenge of yours. And so when the idea was who will go around the world quickest, he may have been slow in his body, but he was lightning fast in his intellect. And he actually went around his parents just to show that how smart, what intellect. It could have been a problem for somebody else and he just instantly done it. So Ganesha is the same creative aspect which is bestowed with this brilliance, which is bestowed with this awareness, this sharpness of intellect that comes from being empty, that comes from that one source from where everything manifests, but without any corruption of the mind, without any limitedness of me and mine, and with the purity of being just a receptive containers without trying to give meanings to anything. Receive it as it is. And in that connection, which gets first established through intuitiveness, that connection is where all these aspects of Godhood, divine consciousness, start coming to us together. So all those families' attributes, members' attributes, come into us as one. Actually, consciousness is just one. We give it different names. We are giving it attributes. So therefore, we have given attributes to Ganesha. And we say this is what Ganesha does. This is what Shiva does. This is what Parvati does. This is what Kartikeyan does. This is what Vishnu does. This is what Brahma does, right? They are all representing, if you look at it in a circular form, they are all they're creating different aspects of the same whole. Consciousness is one. Only to explain it to us, they took different forms and names. This was the idea that we were being told. So the idea of a problem or a challenge or the imperfection in this universe is only to take us towards perfection. If it was perfect, we would do nothing. But only because it is imperfect and it comes and challenges us, it troubles us, we are nudged towards perfection. If the problem doesn't come, how will we solve it? And when we solve it, we realize that we have the power and the resources to do things. That's the only idea of this creation, is that when you come here, you have to be upgraded to become a better and better version of yourself till you become the highest version, which is pure consciousness. That is called ascension. That is called enlightenment. When you just acknowledge that only you came here for an upgrade. upgrade in this dimension, because you're actually an upgraded, you're already pure consciousness, you're the highest form, but you have to come here to experience this. And to lure you, there are charms of this world, the holiday home in Spain, this place to go to, that happy to do, that beach, this thing. That is what lowers are, because we get comfortable, we enjoy that, and we do not realize who we truly are. All these imperfections in this universe is so beautifully divine. That's why it is perfect in its imperfection. It's the grandest design, because it is meant to bring out the best in us. We are actually in our comfort, in our luxury, we do not want to become better version of ourselves. And we demand things from the world because we have the money and resources. But that's not the idea. The idea is to reach that level of consciousness when you become one with it, when all that needs to be known is known. But the path is to knowing all that, the path to knowingness is the path of emptiness. You have to go through not knowing to reach a point where you know everything. Contradiction. But that's the only way to do it. To expand your capacity, you have to become empty. Otherwise, you're already full. How will you receive anything? For that fullness, Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishtite. That wholeness, that completeness, that fullness, which is an attribute of this consciousness. To experience that fullness, you have to first be empty. How will you experience the fullness? So this is how beautiful is this creation. How beautiful is the presence of Ganesha in our life. Ganesha today is bringing you this intellect. Ganesha is not the one who will, you want a home, you want a chocolate, you want a baby, you want a this, you want a that, will, do this for you. Ganesha wants to give you this intellect. Wants to give you this higher wisdom. He's the God of wisdom. And he wants to give you all that after which you need nothing. After which you are satisfied. After which you feel whole and complete and full. Where you see perfection in everything despite being imperfect. Where there is no need to put an effort and be in an effortless state. Where you know everything is a beautiful flow of consciousness as per a certain time. Where you know that there is something that goes into sleep mode and becomes dormant, and when the time comes it starts to awaken, and the awakening starts to happen. It's part of this whole process of the cycle of time and cycle of consciousness. It's a great dance, and this dance is happening right now. And something new is rising, something beyond understanding and belief. And this is Ganesha. This is Shiva. This is Parvati. This is Kartikeya. They all bring an understanding to us. That's why we worship them. When you went and worship all of four of them, we worship to the four attributes of that one consciousness. And we took blessings from all the four attributes. Make me whole and complete. Become, merge and be one with me. And remove all the obstacles in my mind and all those dark patches of ignorance. Remove them. So that I do not leave the awareness that I am that one, whole, indivisible, pure light. Expressing itself through me as pure love. This is Ganesha. This is Ganesha Chaturthi. This is the love that emanates from Kailasa, the abode of love.